Hi, Wes. Thank you so much for popping in to do a quick testimonial for me. We've been working together for a year, which is crazy. It's so crazy. I can't believe how fast time has gone by. Thank you so much for being here. Let's just start off with you introducing yourself. What is it that you do, and who are you?
All right, awesome. Yeah, it has been awesome. I can't believe it's been a year already.
Crazy.
So I'm Wes. I'm a chiropractor. Um, as of 2018, I transferred completely online, and I've been doing everything remote, working with people all over the world, um, helping them manage back, hip, knee, shoulder, all sorts of pains, mainly through exercise.
Amazing. So cool. It's so cool for me to see what you do. I see all your testimonials on your stories all the time where I'm like, Wes is doing the most as a chiropractor, and he's getting people out of pain in ways that I don't really see happen when people go in person. So to me, it's amazing what you do. And I mean, the amount of clients you have also and the amazing results you get, I think is just a testament to how awesome what you're doing really is. So amazing. I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
were brave enough and had the balls to not be a classic chiro in a clinic and just do your own thing. So good work. Most don't. Okay, cool. What made you decide to get mindset support? What is it that was like, I need to work on my mindset, need to work on my mental health? What was it that
Uh,
made you do that?
for me, I think I recognize that I definitely had as an entrepreneur a habit pattern, we'll say pattern of self-sabotage. Um, and I knew I needed to break it. And I didn't know whether it was like mindset coaching. I kind of intuitively knew in the back of my head I needed to work on this aspect no different than I'd work on any other like quality, whether it's strength, mobility, cardiovascular fitness. Like it's kind of like a muscle. I need to train it there. And I have no idea how to do it myself. And then in one of the online coaching programs that I was in, I met someone, or I think I just started following him on Instagram. I don't think I really met him. Started following him on Instagram, and he was very successful. And he'd posted that like he invested in working with you, and I was like, what is this? And he told me what it was, and I think that was all. Like that was it. I didn't do any further research. I was like, like if this guy who I don't even know
Yeah.
recommends it, he's doing well, like I'll give this a go.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I think I booked a call with you, and then we just started working together after that.
Amazing. I think you did listen to some of the podcasts that I was on. His podcast, I was on Devin's podcast. I think you listened to that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you listened to another one where we randomly talked about some fantasy book, and your wife was also listening.
I did,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember that.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we did.
That's
I did listen to like a podcast. I think after I'd already booked the call with you. So like
oh,
in
oh,
between booking
okay,
the
cool.
call.
Nice.
No.
Amazing. Cool. And so what was it that I helped you work on and implement over the past year that felt like it really landed and helped you?
What haven't you helped me with? I think the biggest thing for me is like as an entrepreneur, I think a lot of us probably have this like doomsday scenario that you're petrified of happening where like you're just going to lose all your clients, you're going to go back to square one. Like you're always thinking the worst case scenario, always. And to a certain point that does serve you, like getting started, getting to those first few milestones where you can quit your job, then you can support yourself, and then it's like, oh, I'm actually doing okay. In the beginning it definitely serves you, but it's to continue to have this like well, I don't know what a good analogy would be here. Just like always thinking everything's on the brink of exploding, or
Case scenario. Hmm.
yeah, like just this worst case scenario all the time. Like at a certain point, it doesn't help you, and it's just robbing your energy. I already have enough gray hair. Like I don't need any more. Like it's too stressful. So you really helped me shift that because I'm at a point in my business, fortunately, where I don't need to be thinking like that. And it's just like that's kind of I think a lot of that was leaving me stuck too, because I was bringing in a mindset of a person that was making what I made 2, 3, 4 years ago. And it served me back then. But then to continue to think about that like that, I need to shift how I'm thinking to take it to the next level and then take it to the
Mhm.
next level.
Mhm.
So that's probably been the biggest thing, being comfortable with like not not being so hard on myself all the time and having this like negative aspect on it as a way of motivating myself.
Yep. Yeah. And I will say, especially with your education background and going through Cairo school, it's really grueling and it can be very stressful. And I mean, I went through 2 years of medical school. Like, it's not the easiest. And especially if you got used to, even before starting your business, always working and being motivated by extreme stress and extreme worry and catastrophizing everything to motivate you to not have everything just go down the drain and fail, then you're going to bring that into your business. And for you specifically, we really worked on how can you really start, what can you create from not being stressed? You actually be more successful if you're not always worrying about failing. You can actually
Mhm.
be more successful. And my next question is, what were some of the results from working together that you're very proud of? I'll actually answer the first part is your nervous system and the way that we were able to prioritize it over the past year has been probably the biggest game changer that I've noticed for you. And
Mhm.
working on balancing your nervous system and prioritizing your nervous system so that you're not always 10 out of 10 stress, always worried, always catastrophizing in order to achieve more in your business. That is something that I think is just so valuable that most people don't think they need to focus on. So, how has balancing your nervous system helped you in your business? And were there any other results from working together that were like, this was awesome?
So I'd probably say that the balancing thing right out the gate is like, as an entrepreneur too, there's some really good months where like I think there's like this chart, like there's like a meme where it's like it talks about the typical day of an entrepreneur. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do this. Things are going amazing. Oh my God, I suck. Oh, I got this. I'm going bankrupt. Like that happens every 5 minutes for every entrepreneur. So everyone understands that. But like when you have those high highs, it's great. But then the low lows are like just as bad, if not 10 times worse. And working with you has really helped me just kind of stay neutral across the board. Where like, yeah, I recognize my success, but it's not like how do I want to describe this? I don't really know how to describe it, to be honest, but it's the highs aren't like, I'm not reacting to the highs, but and even more importantly, I'm not being as reactive to the lows. I'm just kind of going the ebb and flow of everything because it all kind of works itself out eventually. So being able to stay neutral for extended periods of time has just conserved my energy and my sanity, if nothing else. So like that's probably the biggest one that stands out for me right there. Just being able to like learn how to ride the wave of chaos as an entrepreneur and not get so triggered by it.
Hmm. Totally. And with months of working on that and
Yeah.
having like actually going through a lot of those ups and downs and weathering them during our time together, you've now gotten to a place where because you're more even keeled, and again, this doesn't happen overnight. We've been working together for a year, and I do this rating system. I don't talk about this enough in my with my testimonials, but I do this rating system because mindset is usually it's hard to like quantify and grasp. It just feels very
Yeah.
airy fairy. It's like, what are we actually doing? It's just feelings and thoughts. So I actually quantify it, and your rating, it's a system where it's on a scale of 0 to 10. And you started at an average rating on numerous categories at 4.6, I think. It was pretty low. And my goal with all of my clients is to get you guys to at least a 7 average by the end of our first 5 months together.
Mhm.
And I think let me pull up the actual, you got to that 7 by month 3.5, 4. And then this whole year, you've been at 7.5 minimum or more. So going from a 4.6 average to a 7.5 average in your different life and mindset ratings, and to see that you've been there all year, because we started working together, yeah, around this time last year, is so huge. And from this place of having a more stabilized nervous system, even though you've had some like real ups and downs this year, what I've seen from this past month for you is you finally have the bandwidth to live in some of that peace. And I know you're also in this other coaching program where you're learning like the strategies and optimizing ads and learning hiring, like combined with what you've been doing in that program as well. And you having more bandwidth, you have been able to make like a really solid hire and not be freaking out about it and not be worrying about it and it actually going quite well. And now, for the first time ever, I see you dealing with some real challenges, but not being emotionally constantly up and down
Yeah.
and being able to move through them. And so now some of your like bigger picture goals in your business are actually more attainable and like you can actually grasp them as like holy shit, this I actually can do this. I can take things to the next level. I can scale. I can start hiring. I can start optimizing my ads. I can get better at sales because we really address that foundation of working on your nervous system for months and months and months. And now from this place you built a new foundation and I really think the sky is the limit depending on what your goals are. So I think that has been so cool for me to see for you.
I agree. Like there's some days I think I message you and I'm like, am I okay? Because I'm just way too calm here. I should be more
Yep.
stressed. Like this should be bothering me more. Is this a
Hmm.
problem?
Yep. Yep. No, totally. And I told you this a couple weeks ago through voice message. Like you're kind of unrecognizable with your responses with certain things. And that's a good thing. And in a very good way.
Okay.
Has anyone else noticed a change in you
Oh
since
my
we started
God. My
together?
my wife, my wife, like night and day, she says. Like she's like, it's totally different in terms of like when you first started working with her. Like obviously sees me every day. Probably my dog too would say the same thing, but he can't speak. In terms of just being way more relaxed, not so much like not so stressed. Probably he notices it more. He could pick up my energy or whatnot.
Mhm.
I'm way more present too. I'm able to turn it off and be able to recharge and enjoy time with friends and family and with the dog. Um, but definitely my wife would say like
Amazing.
massive difference.
Amazing. Wonderful. And you guys are celebrating 1 year of marriage too. So
Yeah.
what a great gift to give her. More
Right.
a more stabilized nervous system. How amazing. I love that. Wonderful. What would you tell someone who's on the fence about getting mindset support or they're thinking about it? They're like, I don't know. I should be
No.
just focusing on my ads and my sales more. What would you tell them?
Like if you're just going to continue, if like you continue to try to build this business on a foundation of a spotty nervous system, we could say here, because we were talking about the nervous system a lot. Like you're just, it's gonna crumble at some point in time, whether it's whatever milestone you hit, it's just not sustainable because like as you continue to build, like all the problems are just gonna compound on top of them. So being able to like, I wish I would have addressed this way sooner. I probably would have grown much quicker because I would have stopped the cycle of self-sabotage. Um, so yeah, I would say someone that's on the fence, like it's just going to become a bigger and bigger problem the more you grow. Um, so it's like I think it's a non-negotiable to address.
Mhm. Amazing. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Wes, for your time and for
Absolutely.
sharing a little bit about your journey. It's been such a gift supporting you, and it's been so cool for me to see how you've really just built a completely new foundation in your business. And your business was doing really awesome even before we started working together. And to see now that you built a new foundation of just being more level-headed and more calm, I really think that that's something that is going to make it inevitable for you to just keep growing and keep crushing it. So amazing work. I look forward to continuing to support you, and thank you so much for trusting me.
Absolutely. Thank you for all your help.
Amazing. Wonderful. Well, that's all I have. Thanks so much again, and I'll see you again on our next call super soon.
Bye.
All right, bye.